Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fitness with Bama Mobs, and it's a beautiful day here in the great state of North Alabama. Today's Friday the 13th, 2025. Ooh. Hope you're not at Crystal Lake right now. That might be a problem a day like today. But I guess you're planning to get on the couch tonight, watch Friday the 13th movies 1 through 25, eat some popcorn, have a Coke. And there's nothing wrong with that. Gotta have some fun days mixed in with the grind. So as you can tell, we're back at it. We're out here at the old airport doing a walk. Going to get an hour and a half walk today. That's the goal. Then we're gonna go hit the body shop, do a total body workout, and then it's on with the rest of the day, just like you. Eat something, get ready to go to work, go back home, go to bed, get up tomorrow morning, reset, and do it all again. But that's real life. And that's what you get from this channel, is real life. Not selling anything. I'm just a over age 50 guy trying to get fit and trying to share my experiences, and maybe somebody can glean something from it. Maybe it's just entertainment, some comedy, whatever it is to you. While I'm talking, hey, please subscribe to the channel. Just takes you a second to hit that button. Takes you even less to hit the like button. I mean, it's just right down there. Hit the like button. Help a fellow guy out. Much appreciated. So what we're going to be talking about today, well, it's always about fitness, but let's talk a little football. Yeah, this is a great state of Alabama, and we love some high school football. You used to probably think I was talking about Alabama football. Well, yeah, I like some Alabama football. Gets a little bit expensive. I went to the Alabama-Georgia game last year. Worth every dime. I was totally entertained. But as a single person, and I've done a video on this. You can go back through my library and look at it. But as a single person, it cost me $504 to go. And that was everything included. I broke it down for gas, food, the ticket price, everything, concessions. So if you had a family of 5, yeah, it would cost you $2,500 to go to that University of Alabama football game, which is really the price of pretty decent season tickets. But that Bama Pride waiting list is so long. Excuse me, Tide Pride. So what does people like me do? Well, yeah, I just go maybe one major Alabama game per year. But otherwise, I'm going to high school football games. A lot of times, a lot more exciting. Can get competitive, and you sort of choose which game you're going to go to. So yeah, price, yeah, $10 to get in. You can go high school football game, probably gas included, $25, maybe 30, because gas is expensive. But that'd be the max that you're going to spend individually as a high school football game. So I take me and my wife. Yeah, we might spend somewhere between $20 total if we eat at home and it's a home game, versus away game might spend $50 or $60. So yeah, you cannot beat the price on high school football. But let's talk about it. Yeah, last year here in North Alabama, we had, may have my regions wrong, but yeah, Class 6A Region 8. You know, the big juggernaut Muscle Shoals. He's pretty much king of the region. Then you had Hartsville there that was strong. Jasper, you know, was in it. Jasper's playing above 500 football. Had a good rebound year. The previous year, they was like 0 and forever. But last year really turned it around, and even had a monster win when Muscle Shoals came to Jasper. And I think they beat them like 50-49 at Jasper. That was a huge win. Short-lived. Actually, Jasper did not make the playoffs last year because they had lost head-to-head to Coleman. and they basically had the same record. So Coleman went to the playoffs, which is just as well because in that first round, Coleman got pummeled by about 4 touchdowns. So I guess it's just as well that Jasper didn't go. But it's a new year, new season, new players, and I'm ready to get on with it. I know that Jasper has an awesome returning quarterback, seasoned returning eye back that is ready to run around you or through you. Offensive line is there. The only question mark is defense. I mean, forever Jasper was known as linebacker U. They typically ran like a 4-3 defense, and every year, you know, if a senior linebacker graduated, there was another 6'4", 220 to 250 guy to fill that spot. Just the last few years, Jasper has not had that big presence at linebacker. Now, I'm not talking about effort and giving 100% and all that. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about having a prototypical 6'4", 220 to 250 pound middle linebacker that is the enforcer, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know what they have defensively this year, so that'll remain to be seen. And when the season starts, we'll just see how it stacks up. That's always the big thing in high school. Yeah, defensive schemes, defensive management, having the right players on the field at the right time. I mean, it can just drive you crazy, a defensive coordinator, due to the complexities of offenses these days. But I know at Jasper they work hard. Coaching staff's working hard. So they'll have that wrapped up when the season starts. But it's exciting, especially this time of year. You know, again, it's June the 13th. You know, statewide, every high school football player really has been hitting the weight room hard, probably right at the end of school. And these next 8 weeks, which really started 2 weeks ago, they're going to ramp up the intensity in the workouts, the weight room, running, sprinting, speed development. All that is going to be in full gear until practice starts around the 1st of August. Although, heck, I think they even have some workouts that's allowed in late July now. This will be a sidebar issue, but one thing I really don't like is how we moved ahead the football season into the middle of August. There's basically 2 or 3 games played before Labor Day, typically just 2. But I hate that time of year. I don't even think the coaches like it. It is blazing hot, hurts your attendance at the games. I mean, heck, the sun's not going down till 8:30. So it depends on what side of the stadium you're on. You're gonna get fried up by that sun. I think some of y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're on the wrong side of the stadium and you're in the south, that sun will burn you up. Or you're trying to come watch the game in comfort. So I want to continue with the sidebar issue by requesting that the Alabama High School Athletic Association goes back to the old days. So I remember in the 70s and 80s, the start time for any high school football game, this is in the 90s too, was 7:30 p.m. And that extra 30 minutes does make a difference. The sun will be down, and more importantly, especially for the away team, it gives your fan base, especially parents, mom, dad, grandma, time to get off work at 5 p.m. and to make it to the game. Because sometimes, yeah, there's a extended travel involved. So I wish they just make that simple change and they move the season back to Labor Day like it used to be. That's when the first game of the season would be. or even just the week before Labor Day, so it really falls on that last Friday in August. I would take that. And this is one that nobody's going to like, because yeah, it is all about the money now. Then you have the Super 7 program, which personally I despise, because no matter how you spin it, unless you're at Protective Stadium in Birmingham, which is a smaller stadium, it makes no sense to me whatsoever that you would take a 1A high school to the University of Alabama and have a state championship game there. And if you brought every single person from both schools, or every single person from both communities, babies and grandmas included, you would just have 10,000 people at the game. But in a venue like Auburn, University of Alabama, you can cheer as loud as you want to. It's almost like there's no noise whatsoever at the game. Versus having it at one of the home high school stadiums, then you'd have atmosphere, it would be packed, seemingly packed. And those are things I miss about the state championship program. Now, the Super 7's been going on, I understand, for 20 years. So the people now just doesn't know any different. They never got to experience, what I got to experience in high school football. No, I was not a state championship. I did not play the state championship game. But we did go deep in the playoffs. And there's nothing like, in my case, being at a 3A high school, coming out of the locker room. Yeah, it's a smaller venue, but it's packed. Standing room only. People around the fences. Fireworks going off. Air horns going off. And everybody's just ready to see a super contest with two groups of kids that's giving it 100%. You got the smoke lingering, there's for the hot dogs, hamburgers, all that type of stuff. And that's what I miss in the state championship program for football. Now here's my other thing on the state championship program. Nobody's gonna like this one. There's too many teams. Yeah, too many teams in it. So currently you'll have like a 7-team region, 8-team region, and half the region goes to the playoffs. I think they just need to cut it back to region champions and region runner-ups. Yes, just do that. Cut it back to region champions, region runner-ups. You have all season to prove yourself. I mean, if you don't win the championship, that's just the way it is. And that would shorten the season. So at least the playoffs would maybe just be 4 weeks instead of 5, and doesn't bleed into basketball season as much. I would love to see the state championship played the week of Thanksgiving. I know that's crazy, but I think I would really like that, or at least give it a trial. Or the week after Thanksgiving, I would take that. So by December the 1st, it is full-on basketball season. But I know what you're saying. Bama Mobs, you crazy, man, because that's not going to happen. There are too many investors in that money-making juggernaut called the Super 7. And I don't think the Alabama High School Athletic Association themselves would have a problem, because they're still going to make their money. But it's just all the sponsors they got now, and probably contracts that probably extend out to 10 years. And they're holding to all the sponsors. It's just the way it is. But yeah, especially if you're 6A, 7A, you probably have a fairly big fan base at the games. And at Protective Stadium, you would have some atmosphere. But if you're 5A or below at a big stadium like that, there's no atmosphere, man. It's almost like, I hate to say this, it's almost like you're watching a scrimmage. Everybody's spread out, and student groups probably have a little bit of noise, but not that much. All right, we're getting our walk on, guys. Get a little sweat going here. Now getting back into talking about Region 8, Class 6A Region 8. Yeah, so it's the usual suspects this year. Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, Jasper, Coleman will always be in the mix. I think there's some school called Columbia, but man, Columbia's it's just tough for them, man. I still don't think they got a win last year. I was rooting for them too. I don't know, they might have got a win because they went like 2 seasons without a win. So we'll see how that shakes up. Looking at other regions in the state, I don't have my numbers memorized, but you know, Parker, Birmingham, they won the 6A state championship last year. They beat Saraland in the state championship game. So I think Saraland, they'll still be in it, although they might be going down. I think some of their talents graduating. Parker, same deal. They might be able to reload. I think Parker does a good job of getting students in there. Up in North Alabama, I don't know how many people graduated, but Fort Payne had a good showing in the state playoffs last year. We're talking like, I don't know if they lost in the second or third round, but their loss was like a 3-point loss. So I don't know how many people's returning for Fort Payne. If somebody knows, leave a comment down below. Also over in Birmingham, Spain Park. Yeah, the Jags. Basically, they're 7A high school, but they're playing 6A. It's all good. It's all right. They played, I forgot, Satsuma. It was the 4th place team out of the Mobile region, the same region that Saraland was in. And it gave Spain Park all they could handle in that first round game. Spain Park still had a good showing. Eventually, they lost to Saraland in the state playoffs. Spain Park has an excellent quarterback. I don't know if their I-back is returning, but that was an excellent player. And they had what you have to have on a team last year. You got to have an outstanding quarterback, an outstanding running back, and an outstanding wide receiver. You just need those 3, and your chances of going deep in the playoffs, as long as you have decent blocking and a defense that doesn't hemorrhage points, is pretty good. So let me add a good linebacker and 1 defensive tackle. So if you have that on your team, and the rest around those guys are tweeners, yeah, you have a chance to knock out a state championship. But anyway, I want to wrap up the video. It's going to be a great summer. Everybody's out there working. Coaches are working. Like I said, people's in the weight room, and they're putting in all the effort that's going to take to have a successful football campaign. Appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. This is Bama Mobs out.